hello, everyone, and welcome to this mashup between Leftovers Forever and Don't Forget to Track Us. This is the ALTTPR League Invitational League. On the side of Leftovers Forever, we have Days Cloud and Mystic, and on the side of Don't Forget to Track Us is Flip Heel and Purdy One. I'm Professor Render, and joining me is Lana Bean. How are you doing?
Doing great, thanks. How are you tonight?
I am doing really well. It's just a day before my birthday, so I am excited. I'm gonna chill out with some rando talking.
3 days to mine. No wonder why we get along so well.
Yeah. So this week is co-op reference. So this means we do the retro mode, and we also have a starting sword, and it's also cross keys. Retro being it basically what happens when you take Zelda 3 and kind of give it Zelda 1 mechanics. And this is a co-op, so it's info share. And yeah, so this matchup right here is a Misery Mire division thing. Currently, Don't Forget to Track Us is on 9 points. Rando's Leftovers Forever is on 6 points.
I am relatively new to these cross sort of keys modes in the last few months, but it's a great mode. Watching these guys communicate between all the checks, it's just amazing to watch.
I checked one too.
Oh, you're good.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure because apparently someone said there was one of them. Either one of us was low, so we're underway. Looks like the sink is located at the useless fairy spot.
Really cool hand play from Days Cloud. Very good to do in a cross key seed. You never know when you're going to get money. Plus, all the extra money for small keys for a retrance is super important.
Yeah, it not only for keys, but also for the rupee bow that you get. Because if you haven't played or done anything retro, and that is the rupee bow. Just gives you when you get the bow and you get the arrow quiver, you have every shot with the regular arrows is 10 shots, 10 arrows, and then every shot with the silver arrows is 50 rupees.
It is. You don't oftentimes see silvers used for more than Ganon, unless it's a money-heavy seed, then you might see it used on Vitreous to an extent, but otherwise, it's rare to see more than regular arrows used.
Right. We already see Days Cloud on Flip Heel discovering the Super Bunny Cave bottom. This is one of the many connectors that can take us to the Dark World, or vice versa.
Now it's a vanilla lumberjack with just 20 bucks. Not too worried about that.
Yeah, no big deal, really. So over here it's Super Bunny Cave. Got a heart piece and 5 rupees. Oh, and because we do have because of the rupee bow, there are no such thing as like arrow pickups. All arrow pickups in the game are converted into rupees.
Yep, and you gotta buy your arrows for a steep price of 80 rupees.
And it looks like that connector led out to a one-way Dark World check. That's the dark the bomb shop bonk rocks that they two got spit out in.
We also have Mystic finding Thieves Town.
Finding Thieves Town is nice early on because it's a free 4 checks, And speaking of Thieves Town, Purdy One discovers that the Thieves Town big key is on the mushroom spot.
Oh, the rotten luck right after. And with the sword start, Thieves Town finding the big key early. That just locks you out of the big chest, otherwise it is a fully completable dungeon.
So nothing too interesting inside Thieves Town. And yeah, as also as GFE is pointing out in the chat, it is fully unlocked due to veterans, excluding big chest since we don't have hammer. Yeah, and yeah, this is mainly because of the universal keys functionality of retro mode. Since you may see on the top of the screen, there over in the HUD that there is a consistent key count, even though normally those keys would show up. The key count only shows up in dungeons. That's the universal keys in play.
Yep, if you play a mystery on ladder and you see that, you automatically know it is a retro seed. Oh, another big key to Skullwoods. Of course you get that early big key there.
It's nice to find the Skullwoods big key early, but very much not so when it's later on. We do find a shop on Purdy One's side, but it isn't the shop that has the arrow quiver in it. We do also find front of Escape, the front of Highwood Castle, the main entrance. It looked like to be the Blind's Hut's entrance.
And Flip Hill did just find a Take Any cave. So in this mode, there are several Take Any caves. Some of them just give you a choice of a potion or a full heart, and the other that you can find if you get lucky is a sword.
Yeah, the way I like to distinguish the two is the one with the take any sword. I just like to refer to it as just the it's dangerous to go alone entrance, or it's dangerous to go alone cave.
Good point.
Daze does find a hype cave here. So this could give you some information, or it could just be, well, hype cave nowadays. Yeah, nothing to write home about that.
Of note, these runners are not really finding any extra small keys either yet. You hope to find a few of those just out in the wild.
Yeah, you are finding rupees, which can lead to buying keys if you find a retro shop with the arrow and the key. But that's it. Your best bet, like you are looking for like small keys out in the wild, which is ideal.
And when Purdy Wong does get a lucky 3 bombs from the Zelda Cell chest, allowing him to go ahead and Death Warp out and go to the back if he wants with that key.
Right, and with the lamp in possession, that's a back of escape play, ready for Purdy Wong.
Now, the entrance was found in the light world, was it not?
Yeah, there really was. Actually, to be fair, that is true. If you do have a you do have the useless fairy as the sink. So, in a way, you could just instead of just bothering with just going to the back, you could opt to instead just take the ferry as the user's ferry drop down to get to the back of escape. Purdy One will take a death warp. And it looks like he'll just continue forward with checking the rest of the entrances here in Kakariko. And yeah, and as GFP is pointing out too, that also does save a key in return.
And of course, Purdy Wong finds the big key to Thieves Town, and Flip Heel's the one who finds Thieves Town.
Purdy Wong will grab the compass for Desert Palace. Now, compasses aren't very useful in general when it comes to any like key sanity mode. All it really does, it just gives you an item tracker, and for every single thing in the dungeon, for that particular dungeon.
Now, Purdy Wong does find Spec Rock entrance. Does see a heart piece on the other side. It likes not to take the connector for now.
Mystic does find another retro shop, and this is at the Sick Kid. Looking to run back to get one of the keys there, because he only has enough for one key.
I think we only saw one runner do Houlihan, so money is a little bit tight for most runners.
Yeah, there hasn't been any 300s in possession. We are seeing a Ice Rod cave shack here. This is just within the vicinity. We do find the 50 rupee cave.
And being veterans, take a couple of those, why not?
Yeah, we won't say, in this situation, we won't say no to getting a free 50. Oh, hey, there's Blindside.
So far, a disappointing 5-check cave area, so we'll find out if something is coming out of here.
Okay.
There's a little something.
Yeah, the red boomerang is something that's nice if you like using boomerang strats, which I'm very much a strong. I'm very much strongly in favor of boomerangs, just because I love the strats you can do with it.
And you've got a stun prize check, so if you happen to stun an enemy, you get a big 20 out of it. That's a good little farm.
Yeah, finding 20 rupees in retro is without a doubt the best thing you could find during your travel as a stun prize. Yeah, we got a hammer in the back of Escape.
Yeah, Days Cloud and a $300 prize there, so a great find there in the back of Escape. I imagine Mystic will be going towards that area before too long.
Yeah, and this is nice for the reason that, like, since Days and Mystic had already done the Houlihan, Mystic had Days, I think, saved his money and can actually get 7 keys out of this, which is nice. Days Cloud does find that the Sank is the uncle, so we will take that.
Purdy Wong is in the back of, or the attic of Thieves Town, does find a big key to Swamp Palace. Another one that's not particularly useful, but will help prevent a double dip if you end up getting that.
Flip Heel did find the front of Old Man Cave, so we will be taking we'll be making our way up to Death Mountain here. one of the things about cross keys as in general is that the old man cave exit is randomly placed somewhere in the left on the left side of the mountain, which can also include Hera. So that's something to keep when you find an early mountain access. That is one of the things you may you're going to probably be looking for, just to see where the old man cave exit's at. Flipfield does find a connector. That's the elder CAC elder connector.
Another thing of note is I don't think we've seen Ganon yet, so we're getting close to determining if it's vanilla or not.
Flipfield ended up paying the 20 rupees for, I guess, the little that guy to talk to. I don't know if this is just for a refill or what.
I'd imagine so. I don't think hints are turned on.
No, the hints are not turned on. Because normally what happens if you have hints turned on, they tell you something about the either entrances or items. Yeah. So, and yeah, as I kind of figured, the chat's pointing out that it's just for a heal. So we saw Hera briefly over on Days Cloud side, and Birdie won while we were off on that while I was off on that little comment about Death Mountain, had finished up Thieves Town to get the first crystal on the board.
Well, now Leftover Forever know where that big key is as well, so they know about that Thieves location. They can go do that whenever they want.
I don't know if don't forget to check us saw the friend of Turtle Rock, but it is at the Kakariko fortune teller. And it looks like Purdy One is looking to check other connectors. The top of Paradox Cave led out to the Mire area, while Flipfield found Sahasrara and revealed that the green pendant is on Palace of Darkness.
That's a good find. It's expensive to go through Palace of Darkness, and well, it's not that bad. If you can avoid it, that's not... If it's a green pendant, it's not terrible to avoid it.
Correct. Yeah, and it is especially taxing on your key counts, because you would need 6 keys to get everything in, and that's a lot of keys to spend when you could be using keys on other places.
Exactly, $500 to $600 rupee cost just to beat Pod fully.
31 will get the hammer from the back of Escape, and that is something that will be relayed to Fliphill, and it's nice because it is something that is just readily available. They've kind of found the right side of Turtle Rock, rather.
Best game at the cave just south of Link's house just got us a heart piece. I don't think that's quite the setup. Never mind, we're good. And the mirror, holy cow!
That's a good find.
That is a really good find for this mode. You never know when you could just mirror and double your checks that quickly. Okay, Dazecloud just gets a heart piece from the roller room. But probably checking TR left here. And Flip Heel does find a Take Any, gets a full heart container. And now the tough check, do you do the lava chest? The answer is probably yes, because, well, the game assumes the keys are infinite, so we could place just about anything there.
Correct. And, just because of the fact that the universal keys is turned on. So Dazecloud is going to go ahead and use the bombos to take care of the pokey that's there, and also gets rid of the bunny beam in the process.
I approve of that method. Pokies are evil with this armor. And got some Master Sword from Lava Chest. That's a pretty decent find.
That's that's good. Good find to see. Flip Heel has found another 300 from the pyramid ledge.
Good find as well. Like we were saying earlier, money, it's going to make you a little less hesitant to buy a few keys. Or pick up those arrows. You never know when you're going to find that bow.
Correct. And because we are dealing with one full-on bow here, you are when you get the bow, if you don't have arrows yet, you won't be able to fire anything. That's why it's important to buy the arrow quiver before you do anything. Or if you get it later, and you happen to find one, then, well, there you go. We do find Palace of Darkness here on Flip Heel's side.
And Mystic is digging into Hera. Found that hook shot. I did not see where that was. Was that Hera?
Yeah, Hera basement looked like.
Oh, lordy. That's a fantastic find.
Yeah, hookshot in Hera basement isn't a particularly nice spawn in general, but we do find Glove here too.
Okay, this is a good sequence break right here.
Yeah, we will. It definitely sounds like Mystic is going to go ahead and relay that to Dazecloud. Maybe gonna see if this is a crystal or this is a pendant, just to verify if there's anything on the boss that's if it is a pendant, or if it's a crystal, then it's like, okay, this is stacked. We are just get everything you can.
Yeah, and with 2 crystals readily available potentially within 22 minutes that's pretty crazy.
It's a big key for Meyer.
And a second crystal. Okay.
So yeah, that is a fairly stacked Hera. Sure, we are leaving the big chest of Hera out, but that is still a really good find, a couple good set of finds in Hera. Flip Heel's doing some mimic clipping.
Yeah, getting those bow lock chests. Unfortunately, in this mode, you're not going to get a bow lock bow since there is only one available, but you could certainly pull out boots or fire rod or some other good thing.
I will still never learn how to do mimic clips, but Flip Heel does get it.
Oh, it's easy. I could teach you.
Okay, and also, yeah, because of the fact that there are still 2 bows at the end of the day, because one of them will be turned into a silver bow.
Oh, are there 2 bows? Okay, thank you, chat. Thank you, Render. I did not know that about this mod.
Yeah, what you're referring to is probably the Sorless one, because League Sorless, where you only get 1 bow, and that's just a bow and silver arrows combined. Which is good, because there's you don't need to do a silver's hunt in Sorless. Is Flip Heel setting for a bomb jump? I've never seen this bomb jump. That's it. I never thought the bomb jump there. I'll be honest with you.
It saves you walking around. It's not a huge save, but it's worth knowing.
Yeah, that does look fairly free. It's almost like the one from like what GT heading to Bob's chest. The angle is pretty much identical.
Pretty close for sure.
Dayskull did take a look what the Thieves Town big chest was. It is another small key, so you do get a key back for using that key in Thieves Town.
Reimbursement's better than nothing. Meanwhile, we do have. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
I was gonna say very clean blind script for Days Cloud.
And Mystic is now in TR as well, picking up that mirror and also the second sword. All right, well, with the sheer luck so far, I got to give a little advantage to Leftovers Forever. They got that glove, the hook shot, the mirror. That's a pretty and a sword, of course. That's a pretty darn good head start.
Yeah, this is definitely a nice start for Days Cloud. We do find out that on Purdy One's side there is the mini Molorm cave.
Yeah, Purdy Wong is making a damage boost to get the cave done.
That should be out of logic.
Oh yeah, no flippers.
Right. Yeah. I just wanted to make sure I had that checked down. You get a bottle out of here.
That could be a good beat, worth $100. Who knows? Another small key, big 20. Not too much, but does give us our first bottle.
We also did find a desert map. That is something to have. That's nice to have for you specifically. It's not something that you would call out to your opponent, but it would be good to have for information when you do check the map.
Mystic finding those goodies on Death Mountain like Spy Cave. Yay!
Mystic found the back of the old mountain cave starting point.
Okay, Days Cloud quickly went after Mystic to get that hook shot and glove, and of course Crystal.
Oh yeah, you're definitely gonna be going here. You're also getting Meyer Big from here as well.
All right. Only bad if there's something on that Hero Big chest. Could still be an issue.
Right. Yeah, and that's one of the kind of the tricky things when you're dealing with Hera, because of the fact that the Hero Big chest, especially considering when Herapod's been so prevalent, it used to be you still needed a Hera baking regardless, like no matter what. But with Herapod, now that means you're leaving out a big chest check, and that is very concerning when you're playing a cross keys mode, like Retrance or the Pseudoboat's cross keys that's going to be coming up in 2 weeks.
Okay, look where Purdy Wong is though. Gonna get that knowledge about this dungeon, but does not have a mirror. They have not gone to TR yet.
Lipio has elected to buy the arrow quiver, and that's something that's always a decision that is there if you want it. You could either just spend your entire rupee counts on keys, or if you want to make sure you had Ruby Bow on standby, you buy the arrow.
It's a good purchase at this point. You've got well over 1,000 rupees, 80 going towards a bow that you could find at any moment. It's not a bad call at all. Oh, red crystal finds at Skull and Desert. Okay. So bomb shop leads to red crystal knowledge, of course.
Mystic has also found GT.
Ew.
I didn't see where though.
The other thing is you got your hook shot, you got a hammer, you got a key. Not going to get you everything, but that's a lot of GT checks.
Yeah, you got a lot of checks to deal with here in GT. So we will of course go through here. And you only need at least just one key to just take care of most of this dungeon. So
but with this key count, do you check that little fire bar room just down south of Stavros? Is one key worth a check when you only have 2 keys?
You can still get keys along the way. So if you have at least like 2 or more keys, I would say go for it.
Oh, and confirmation from chat, we have GT located at Tower of Hera. They went up that mountain with that mirror, and it pays off.
And that is pretty amusing just to see it, GT, and what's essentially the Light World GT.
Okay, and that bottle not paying off, it gives you a map to an already beaten Thieves Town. But we are getting East Death Mountain checks as well from Pretty One with that hook shot.
Mystic has opted to leave the fire bar room alone. So that is a decision. I still probably would have just went into the fire bar room, in my personal opinion, because I already had like 2 keys in.
Okay, I was wondering. I was like, Flip Heel. I thought he hadn't gone to the basement yet. Never mind.
Days Cloud finds a map for Turtle Rock on the race game, so that's some intel to have for when Days Cloud's ready to pop some maps here.
Oh lordy! Pretty Wong finds a big key to Pod, putting Pod in full logic. Oh no bow, almost full logic.
Almost full logic, yeah, because we are still looking for a bow. And although this is green pennant Pod we're talking about.
Yeah, it's a lot of checks. It's a green pendant. We know where Saha is. Well, I don't know if the team on the right finds Saha. I think it was right.
I think it was on the right side, if I remember this right.
Yeah, so they've got that big key and knowledge of Saha. Ooh, if they get a bow.
From one of our trackers, Lady Laura Linda had pointed out that both of them have seen Saha, so both teams have that knowledge. Parity One finds a mirror.
That's very good for that team, and thank you very much, trackers. The only thing harder about watching and/or tracking a race is doing this with a cross entrance or co-op retrance.
Okay, so we will see Mystic face the Ice Armos with only a red boomerang. That you need what, 24 or 48 hits with that thing, but it's just gonna go for the Master Sword slashes anyway.
It's tough. If you went in here with a full heart Master Sword, it'd be pretty easy.
Right, because you could just use sword beams to just stun lock them up into a corner and then just keep just keep going. Yeah, this is gonna be a quite a long fight. We also see Days Cloud finding desert.
Oh, plus already down to 3 hearts. Oh.
Yeah, and this is one of the tough things about regarding doing a Master Sword slashes only Armos fight, because it's pretty easy to take damage during this fight. Not just because of the not just because you have the spike, the icy floor, but it's also the fact that it takes quite a long time just to even take out one of the Armos Knights.
It does, and it's incredibly easy, but it requires patience. You've got to stay in one spot, throw your boomerang, and don't try anything fancy. But if you try and get sassy in this fight, you're going to just start losing hearts.
Correct. There is one of them down. We did see the arrow game really quickly from Days Cloud side. Over on the East Step Mountain. I think Flip Hill had seen this already.
Okay, 2 Armos Knights down.
Mystic is on 1 heart, and it's gonna have to be very cautious afterwards. See, if this was, I believe, the Tempered Sword fight, this wouldn't be an issue, but it's a Master Sword fight instead, so that means it's still a ton of slashes.
It is. Patience is key in this. You basically don't get hit if you stand in a corner and toss a boomerang, but once you start venturing out is when those Armos Knights kind of bomb rush you.
Correct, yeah, and in general, this is a very large time commitment that Mystic is doing.
It is,
and there it is. It ended up getting a quick kill out of it, so there was no enraged states. And there's a bow.
And a bow! Oh my gosh! Okay, a time commitment suddenly worth.
That turned a large time commitment turned into a huge play, a huge payoff for Mystic. Mystic does take a death to a dead mark in the process, which is kind of funny, but still, that's a payoff.
It is huge. This is unfortunately Palace of Darkness, but at the same time, it's something which may not turn up for a long time in another location.
Wow. Purdy One's in GT now. Well, I believe I believe Purdy One is still either on Fighter or Master Sword. I don't know if they both got, one of them got Master Sword. I know Dazed and Mystic did, but if it is just a sword fight, I think it's slightly better. I forget. I forget that the damage scaling for swords on Armos Knights.
I don't think there's a big difference between. Oh, he's that. Okay, Purdy One does have a Master Sword. But the key with that is just to get there with full hearts, and suddenly that fight is so quick.
Right. So I figured this was the case. Fighter Sword is better compared to a Master Sword slash as a GFE and Chad's pointed out. And it looks like you. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, that's so weird. Master Sword stronger than fighters. Okay.
You mean the other way around for Armos Knights?
Oh, for Armos? Okay. Oh, okay. Fighter Sword is better than Master Sword slashes, is what GFE is saying.
Right. And it looks like in over on the Firebar, that looked like it was just a that was just a key. So nothing Mystic would have been nice to get It's just it would be a return on investment for that key.
Right, it'd be ease of mind. Just knowing you checked it and you're not gonna have to rely on your teammate using a key.
A bit more information from the chat too. Homemade Beer is pointing out that Fighter's Sword is actually triple damage compared to a Master Sword slash. Yeah, that's what I figured because I remember like seeing somewhere that Fighter's Sword I get a Fighter's Sword slash against an Armos Knight is a lot stronger.
I love using Burna on the Armos Knights. It's very useful.
Flip here, we'll get the mirror here from Turtle Rock.
And Day's gonna go get that bow, I bet.
Yeah, the tricky thing here is that Days Cloud is also on Master Sword, and that could be a problem if he doesn't come in with full health.
But the difference between Dazed and Mystic, of course, is that Dazed knows exactly what you could just skip.
And it looked like GFE pointing out to the chat, the stun price is also hearts, so that is something to consider. It'd be good to have full hearts for this. So here's Pretty One doing the fight here with Armos Knights. Didn't come. Had taken some damage during the fight. I probably was also, I think, came in with not at full health. So this means it's gonna have a longer fight ahead of him. But
They came in with more health than Mystic, but it's still going to be a long one, like you said. At least you get some spins in, though.
yeah, you get some spins, and that's something that that also helps helps with the fight a little bit, because it will still do some notable damage, I believe. Although Purdy One is taking a significant amount of hits, and I believe I think that's just due in part to the ice floor.
Yeah, this fight's still going considerably faster than Mystic, but you're down to 1 heart.
Right, and that's something you do not want to die here coming out of this.
Okay, he's got it, which is very good for Don't Forget to Track Us team.
Yes, so there you go. Incoming bow for Purdy One, as Flip Heel takes a peek at what on the back of Desert Palace is, and that's actually Laser Bridge.
A very good find, 4 easy checks. No Samaria yet, so no other way to currently get here. Never mind, we found it. It's fine.
Wow, Samaria in the Samaria when you probably wanted to see it, or when you wanted to see it, and here that's in Laser Bridge. That means you can do a couple more things here in Turtle Rock.
And suddenly, Don't Forget to Track Us as that bow knowledge, as well as Samaria. And both Pretty Wong and Flip Heel went into Hira. Did they beat it and get their Meyer Big Key as well? I thought they both beat it.
I don't believe they did.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I would like to believe that they didn't. Oh, apparently the a tracker's pointing out, tracker lady Linda's pointing out that the Moon Pearl is located on the floating island.
Okay, so these runners are going to be looking for a connector.
Yeah, you're looking for a connector that takes you to the top of Hookshot Cave. That when you mirror, that leads you to the floating island.
Oh, that mirror readily available. It's not too surprising, that location. I was almost thinking it'd be in pods somewhere.
To answer a question in chat, the one bow that we know of so far is behind Ice Armos. So that means you gotta do spins, you gotta do a Master Sword to Armos Knights fight, which is something that you don't see normally in regular play um, by this point. Just like regular open standard play, and it's something that's seen in a few of these more advanced modes.
None of the runners are making it out of Ice Armos with more than one heart.
Yeah, this is just one of the things about doing Ice Armos with just a sword. You're taking a lot of damage during this fight, and you really want to try to get out alive. But eventually, Days Claw does take down the Ice Armos and will receive that bow. Days Claw wanting to pick up some fairies before heading out.
And Flip Heel going through bumper bottom to bumper top. Let's see if this is the connector they're looking for. Pretty Wong following right in pursuit, and yes, it is. Okay, it's Flip Heel and Birdie Wong with their Moon Pearl.
There you go. That's what you wanted. What you needed.
When Days Cloud finding the back of desert at what is that? Paradox Top?
I believe so. I didn't pay too much attention to it, so just
Well, that is Crystal, so as soon as they get Desert Big, that is another beatable dungeon.
Oh, I believe that was... There was a rod that was picked up on Mystic side. I didn't see what color it was. Yeah, it looked like apparently that's the ice rod according to chat.
I think that was the nice rod, yeah.
Okay. Just one piece of the puzzle left for Trinex completion amongst our runners.
And Mystic taking one for the team, doing cutscene chest and Meyer.
Which is a lamp that you may have to move a little bit more quicker than you normally do. It really depends on how you set it up.
But we have Don't Forget to Track Us with Samaria knowledge, and they already have the Meyer Big Key from the Hera Climb. Or at least, I don't think Team Right has it. Like you said, I don't think they beat Hera. I thought they would have.
So Days Claw does go through that Meyer connector that led out to the lower Norfair entrance, as I like to refer to it, because you don't normally see this that check that entrance outside of Cross Keys, and the only time you see it being used is its SMZ3, which is the cross game portal that leads you to lower Norfair.
Mystic gets an evil shield from the bridge chest in Meyer.
Unskippable too, so unlike the first one that we saw, which was skippable.
Alright, Desert Lift, where do we go? Oh, okay. That's Dark Lumberjack, I think.
That is the Dark Lumberjack, correct. Top of Bumper Cave just leads out to a small key.
Quick reminder, everybody, don't forget to give these runners a follow. They're running a fantastic show, and they know what they're doing. While you're at it, follow Professor Render And also follow our trackers, Furious Prince and Lady Lauren Linda, also doing a great job.
Definitely some good talent behind the scenes here. Um we are seeing a Skullwoods play from Flip Heel. And this does at least lead out into does lead out to the back of Skullwoods without any shenanigans with drop downs.
And Days Cloud, I missed it, but is in the Mire area. Oh,
Yeah,
that's right, Desertback. Yeah.
Yeah, that was something that was already that was mentioned. Purdy One found the dam, and that's at the Dark Chapel. Skullwood's compass in the big chest. How cute.
That seems very French vanilla.
And there's Desert Big here too. And Dave's could also found Eastern at the Chuggerboard Cave entrance.
That is another completable crystal. They do know where Desertback is. And Mystic finds Desert Right. Well done.
Days Club will take the Death Mountain Descent cave that through. That is another connector. And it, that's funny. It leads out to the Mire entrance. Back in the Mire area.
Good times.
That's two connectors that lead out to Lower Norfair, whether you like it or not. Although one of them does lead you to the Mire area proper. But here we go. We have an Eastern Palace play going on for Days Cloud. Flip Heel has opened up the floodgates due to Party One's knowledge of it. So it's something that Don't Forget the Track also has over Miss Leftovers Forever.
Just a small key so far from the front of Eastern. Could be worse. And Mystic taking the long walk down Spiral Cave with no boots. Feels bad.
Yeah, it's always like when you don't have the boots for Spiral Cave, it's very slow.
Alright, we find a shovel in Eastern. Meanwhile, Flip Heel's getting the magic bat check, which gets us tempered. Okay. So the only unknown sword at this point is the free one out there somewhere.
Yep, that would be from the It's Dangerous to Go Alone cave. That's what I prefer to call it, because that's basically what it is. You find a big key for GT over in Eastern Palace.
That's a logical GT climb. Ew. Yay. In fact, with all of our stuff we know about, that's a logical full GT clear. And I don't think we've seen Ganon, so I'm pretty sure that's required.
That sounds correct, because we didn't see it anywhere. And also, according to our tracker Lady Linda pointing out that Silvers are behind Mire Shed. Well, I mean, won't use it right away because it's 50 rupees per shot. You rather just use the arrows, the regular arrows anyway, unless you need for specific situations, or if you're rich.
So Leftovers Forever finds the GT big key, and Don't Forget to Track Us goes back into GT without the big key, but with a Samaria.
Yeah, as it stands right now, Mystic has 90 shots in 90 bow shots. So yeah, you got a lot of shots to work with. Flip Heel is doing a tile room play.
Yeah, Flipheel can use silvers, but does he wanna? Probably not.
Does he? This I don't know. He doesn't have the silvers, but and
Never
there's
mind, I was talking about days. I'm sorry. Oh,
Yeah.
wait, Mystic.
right. Purdy One does find the It's Dangerous to Go Alone cave, and that's at the Hammerlock shop.
Oh no, Flipeel!
See, I get what he was trying to do. Flipheel was trying to do the bomb jump, the very annoying bomb jump in GT.
Okay, here we go. Attempt number 2, and Days Cloud may be going over there to do the same.
Right, and but first, he does have to do a tile room. Does have to do tile room. Well, Purdy One's doing the dig game.
Watch Fire Rod be on the GT climb.
That would be that's a big kick in the teeth if the Viron is on the top of GT. That means you have to mirror. That means you have to mirror. Well, not really mirror because you have to kill Hagen too because it appears like Ganon's actually is vanilla.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have to do the climb anyway, so when one of you gets the chance to do it and it's not horrible, you just gotta do it. And if it's important, if there's something up there, it leaves your teammate with plenty of time to go up there and get whatever needed.
So here's another thing about this play. Flipeel is doing this. Well, it does get it because you have hook shot. This is about boots. When you're doing this bomb jump, personally, like in my opinion, I like to do it with just boots. Because it gives you a lot of time. But with hook shot, that it cuts out most of the time. But when you have none of those options, then you gotta start that's when your execution starts to that's when your execution is at the utmost importance.
And nothing important from Compass Room and GT, so their teammate can readily skip it. All right, Flipeel still needs the bow, so gonna continue right.
So that's actually a smart call from Flipheel's side because the bow is still needed for Flipeel. He opts to do the right side, the right side of GT, since Purdy One has already done the left side.
Look what Mystic just found.
Oh, there's that connector.
All right, so Leftovers Forever does have knowledge of where that Moon Pearl is, which is one of the advantages Don't Forget to Track Us had. So this match is looking pretty even right now.
Yes, everything's the two of them have been pretty close. They've made there have been some back and forth between some of the things that are very between the advantages. And eventually all these all converged into the other team getting the stuff that the other team had gotten originally.
And of note, small note, but Mystic does take a blue potion from the Any Cave because once you get up to a certain point, you don't really necessarily care about another heart.
Right, and that's one of the interesting things about the Take Any Caves. You can either go for full 20 hearts, or you could just get one of the potion and get a refill, like a blue potion refill, and you'll be set.
It is one of the funny parts about this mode is the Take Any hearts don't count towards any other heart in the seed, so the seed still places all those heart pieces to get to 20. Plus, you get the take any cards.
Oh, okay. So that for the record, given to be fair, I don't play a whole lot of retro myself, but I didn't even know that there's enough heart pieces in the game that still gives you up to 20.
Oh yeah, you can get to 20 pretty easily if you find all the take any's. And suddenly you can just keep getting all these things that don't really do anything.
Days Cloud is climbing GT.
It's a smart play at this point. You got blue mail, 10 hearts, you're good.
Yeah, since you found Eastern Palace and you know that had the GT big key, now is a good time to go up. And besides, you're gonna need that for Ganon anyway. Like to kill him for Ganon. Yeah, like it's you for Ganon. I think.
Okay, we're getting some Dark World exploration going on from Mystic. And map check. I think it was a couple of crystals, or a crystal over at Skull. We already knew that. It was red, right?
Yeah, that was already known because of the bomb shop. Yeah, and Mystic had because of the clear that Mystic did for Hera, he knew it was a crystal, and that was, well, to be fair, Days Cloud did it first, so he knew that was a crystal.
And Purdy One goes to Desert and pulls out a mail upgrade, red mail from the big chest.
You'll never doesn't hurt to say no to you won't say no to red mail. It is a nice thing. Although I can understand people choosing to stay on blue mail. Like red mail just makes the game a lot more easier. You're taking significantly less damage.
It does, and it makes it easier really if you have the mirror, which all the runners do. So you could mirror, not have to worry about death warping. So the red mail really is just means you can feel less guilty about just tanking a room. And of course, Leftovers Forever not finding Sword 3 or 4 is doing some hammer strats on Landmo 2. And with the rupees, Landmo 2 is one of the ones that's really not difficult to go ahead and just decide, you know what, let's just silver arrows these.
Okay, so Mystic has gotten that pod big key. Days Cloud is a little worse for wear on this Landmo 2.
Well, Purdy One does locate those silvers.
Oh, so they were on the Mimic Cave, and not something that is left behind mirrored because of the because you needed a connector to get to you need a connector to the Turtle Rock Bridge, and then the Turtle Rock outside bridge, and then you need a mirror to access Mimic Cave. So Days Cloud's almost up the up GT. So he'll get the information about the top 4 checks in GT. Oh,
that's not good. Oh wait, I think Days Cloud has a bottle with a fairy due to tile room, so it should be good.
So yeah, that sounds about right. He'll gets the unavoidable shields from Meyer.
Evil shields.
Because they lag a lot, and I don't like that.
All right, here we go. How worth it is the GT climb early?
Get that key first of all.
Okay, GT, give us a little more than that, please. That's worth it. Bug
Yeah.
net.
Like that's nice to have. Also, welcome on in the folks from SpeedGaming Prime, the whole 105 of you. We're watching a Link to the Past Randomizer League Invitational League matchup between Leftovers Forever and Don't Forget to Track Us. On the side of Leftovers Forever, it's Days Cloud and Mystic, and Don't Forget to Track Us is their team is comprised of Flip Heel and Pretty One. This is a Misery Miner Division matchup.
And it's a great matchup so far, and all the runners so far finding that bow at Ice Armos.
Yep. So there wasn't anything on top of GT, but you will need to clear it anyway, because Keenan's there.
Yeah, but it's a must clear. And it'll send Days Cloud right to the top of the pyramid. I don't know if they've mirrored at the top or not. There's a lot to watch. Oh, Pretty One takes out Landmo 1 and gets an Ice Palace Big Key, but a crystal.
Yeah, this was something that I believe they did see the bomb shop, so they know what this is a crystal. This guy has taken out Aga 2.
And Mystic playing a little bit of dungeon catch-up, taking care of Thieves Town. One of the things you gotta balance out carefully, who does checks, who catches up. I should say when to catch up after doing checks.
Right. So Days Club will get the 300 rupees that's there. It's more rupees for the bow. A whole 120 shots. Alright. Mystic is gonna go ahead and start the fight for blind. That's been broke the blind script, so that means this will be pretty much just a like a casual playthrough's blind script or blind run.
Practically unscript.
For the most part, really. Blue Mail will be picked up from Mystic, as we saw already from Days Cloud, but we'll get the second crystal for Mystic and Leftovers Forever. So, and to answer your question, this is the Twilight Princess MSU pack. Practically one of the oldest MSU packs that I know of. And there's so many. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, all the runners have plenty of keys, so nobody's worried about buying keys right now, but go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to mention that there's been tons of mystery packs, and I know this one's been an oldie but a goodie. Like, it's a very, very recognizable mystery pack for quite a long time. Ooh, Days Cloud, I think, found... I don't know if Days Cloud have already found Meyer, or this is just him going back in, or maybe this is our first time seeing it. Or no, wait. I think we've already seen Meyer, didn't we?
Yes, but only from the team that doesn't actually have the Meyer Big Key.
Right. But here in this is Days Cloud and Mystic having that Meyer Big Key. So that means this is another clear on the board.
It is. They climbed out of logic Hera to get that, I think. I would say climb so much as drop, but you know.
Right, Herapod, you know that. but that will result in Ice Rod pickup for Days Club. Right, because Mystic went in there and found Ice Rod.
Green pendant pods looking a little bit spicy.
Yeah, and Purdy went, and because there's a fire rod there too. Yeah, and that's Green pendant pod in Retrons. That's pretty rough, just because you're gonna be using up a ton of arrows, or sorry, keys as it is. And that was on the big key chest of pod, and that is not a nice spot, really, because you're using a key for it.
It is not, but you got an early big key. You have fully beatable accessibility once you find that boat, which everybody did. So I think it becomes way too tempting not to just have somebody clear it, especially since you know where Saha is.
Right, and for all we know, that Saha could have something important there. And this is Purdy One doing pod after Flip Heel had already went through it and revealed that there really isn't a whole lot safe for the big key chest and I guess big chest of the big chest of pod, because they didn't have an opportunity, and also Helma, because they didn't have big key at the time.
Well, but of note though, don't forget to track us does have the knowledge of beating Turtle Rock right now. They could get that Ice Rod, Fire Rod between them, and they got the big keys, small keys. Okay, another crystal from Misery Meyer.
Yeah, that is another. It's now 3 crystals for Days Cloud, and total 5 for Leftovers Forever.
And plus, Leftovers Forever is going to be getting that knowledge of the Fire Rod momentarily.
Correct, because they do have that pod big. So this actually isn't this, knowing that Mystic is in pod, this won't be a significant hurting thing for Leftovers Forever. Of course, they don't know that Don't Forget the Track has gotten the fire on already. Was the first one to do so. But that will be nice. It still makes the race, from our perspective, nice and close.
Okay, Purdy Wong takes down Helmasaur King. What do we get? 20 bucks.
Whoops, Days Cloud just dropped down. Forgot. Oh wait, I still need Moon Pearl. Whoops. It's gonna go ahead and get back up to the top for it. Whoops.
Oh, details. But Mystic did pick up that Fire Rod, so Mystic can fully beat Turtle Rock whenever they want.
Yep, and Flip Heel's on the way to get that Fire Rod too. So that's another something on the that Flip Heel can also go ahead and clear Trinex.
Okay, making the right call, going in, gonna leave it. At some point, Purdy Wong will go to Saha, turn that in, see if it's anything.
Right, there we go. Days Cloud has that Moon Pearl.
And at this point, we're not looking for a heck of a lot of this time. If Swamp is dependent, we won't need flippers. So we're reasonably close to Gumon at this point. And big 20 off of Saha, so not gonna worry about that.
Right, so it looks like we're only knowing that we're just we would need 2 of the dungeons to be crystals for the full pendant crystal knowledge. Conversely, you would need you probably need a map check or even just a clear to find out just 1 pendant, and that would be enough to get pendant crystal knowledge. And you're hoping in this case you're hoping to find out that swamp is a pendant, and that way you don't have to worry about flippers.
Eastern too, with no big key.
And right, the big key, right.
Like if Eastern is a pendant and Swamp's a pendant, you could very well be in go mode right now.
Correct. All right, yeah, there's still two more pendants we don't know about. Okay, so we will get information about what the prize is over on Flip Heel side as he's gonna go ahead and start that Shrinex fight with the Tempered Sword. This is pretty much just routine.
Pretty Wong finds a mushroom on the front of TR. Yeah, all right. Flip Heel already has that one.
Yeah, that's not a good situation to be in because you need to find a potion shop there. Also, welcome in the folks from SpeedGaming 4, the whole 20 of you. We are in the middle of a pretty close Invitational League matchup between Leftovers Forever and Don't Forget to Track Us. On the side of Leftovers Forever is Days Cloud and Mystic, and Don't Forget to Track Us is made up of Flip Heel and Purdywan. And there's a pendant for Turtle Rock.
Pretty Wong says, see ya. All right. Well, that destroys our dream of Swamp and Easter.
Okay, so yeah, at this point, it's either one of the pendants, either none of the it's either gonna be Eastern Powers not just being crystals or a crystal and a pendant.
Yeah, at this point, besides actually finding maybe a dungeon, I don't know if we've seen Swamp, but we either need an Eastern Big Key or flippers. Or we could need both, and Ice could be the third pendant.
Right. And that is something that you don't want it to see. If Ice Palace is a pendant, then that means your go is going to be as you mentioned, Big Key of Eastern and flippers. And you'd also need to find Swamp too.
And Days Cloud is heading towards the back of Skullwoods. Gonna get that Fire Rod check entrance. The vanilla back. Presumably.
Does Days Cloud have a Fire Rod?
I think you're right. Mystic just found that. Yeah, you're right. That might not have Fire Rod. You're right. Well, that's right. Leftovers Forever have not been in Skullwoods yet.
Right, and we will see that. So we will see the Fire Rod, the Fire Rod coming out for Flip Heel to see what the spec of Skullwoods will be.
Or did Mystic go into Skull because Days just skipped the Skull big chest with the big key, so maybe they have been in there.
I believe that's correct. That is right because the map or the compass for Skull is in the Skull big chest, and I believe Mystic had already seen that, so this is just Days Cloud just kind of following through the board. Ice Palace, but locked behind the Fire Rod in Skullwoods.
Okay, and I think that's a C, so Ice is a crystal, which means we either need Big Key to Eastern or flippers.
Yep, that is a C. Which means, so yeah, this is either gonna be you have to find Swamp, or and the flippers, and you find or you find your use your big key and you're good.
Meanwhile, Mystic going in to clean up Meyer, following in the Daze Cloud's footsteps.
Daze Cloud will open up will find the dam here in the Dark Chapel entrance. Now will be Daze Cloud opening up the floodgates, so that's if Swamp is necessary. It'll be oh man,
that is huge.
Yeah, Flip Heel finding Easter Big inside what is the icebreaker room, and that is something that Mystic will have to reveal.
The other glove.
There's a glove too.
Flip Heel can now beat. Oh, and there's Purdy finding the other glove.
Oh, that's actually
within seconds of each other in 2 different dungeons.
That's actually really nice. Oh, and there's Swamp too. Swamp is on Graveyard Ledge.
Okay, so it could be a no mode between the runners, or I guess. Don't forget to track us. Maybe in go mode, minus flippers if that's needed.
And there it is. Wow, Ice
Never
Palace is
mind.
having everything.
Never mind, we're just in go mode, it's fine.
Jeez.
Oh, and right, they didn't know about the Meyer Big, so they just found 3 or 4 go mode items there immediately.
Yeah, and they also still need Meyer Big too. Ooh.
Oh, Pretty Wong just found the Meyer Big.
And yeah, right, yeah, because Meyer Big was on Moldorm, and that just gives, don't forget to track us a very huge advantage.
It is. They could start go moding and hope they could just go mode.
They can just straight up go mode, yeah. And you know that Ice Rod's not necessary because of the Turtle Rock being a pendant. So Purdy Wong can just rush just go ahead and rush Ice here.
Yeah, that's just 100% go mode. Nice knowing exactly where your 2 items are. And mitts don't appear to be needed either.
Yeah, and you don't need mitts. This, for what it's worth, wasn't too bad.
GT Big. GT Big. They need GT Big, that's right.
Right. GT Big. And then yeah, and that was on Eastern Palace.
Which they've got the big key for and have full incentive. Do they know where Eastern even is?
I don't know.
I mean, if they did, you would presume they would have gone in, so maybe they still got some searching.
That is true, yeah. So I still think, don't forget that Draghouse has an advantage. But I just think for Leftovers Forever's sake, you would have to hope that for one of the 2 players has to head to the back of Skull Woods to find Ice Palace, and then find where you need to just get on your way, because that leads to practically everywhere.
Well, look where Dazed is. He could head north right after this. Right,
but still without that lack of fire rod.
Oh, that's true. I keep forgetting.
Yeah, that lack of fire rod is still the fire rod pickup for Daze Cloud, because Daze has yet to be in pod.
Oh, that's true, because they don't know the fire rod's required yet.
Right, and that's the issue. The fact that Daze Cloud has yet to go to pod results in a situation where even though yes, Mystic does have the fire rod at this point, Daze Cloud just hasn't had an opportunity to follow up on that pod play, or heaven forbid that the Daze Cloud just forgot to go to pod. or just didn't know where forgot where the fire rod was and didn't get called out. Or if it was called out, he may have just maybe forgot about it. I don't know. Anything can happen, really.
And just like that, Leftovers Forever finds those 2 missing swords between the 2 runners. So Days Cloud finds the one hanging out in Village of Outcasts, and Mystic finds the one Magic Bat.
I think Days Cloud is on the way to Pod now.
I think at this point you're running out of checks. I think you're like, oh, this fire rod could very well be required.
Yeah, this is a situation where this is one of the situations where because where Ice Palace just leads you to pretty much everything you need for go mode to finish the game. You're just kind of are like, well, if I find if we go to if we end up finding everything here, that's it, we win. But of course, on Don't Forget the Trekka side, they're still trying to find. I think they're still on the hunt for Eastern Palace, which it is accessible. You do have the connector that takes you out to the Myra area, which spits you out from the lower Norfair entrance. Yeah, like so. This is one of those situations where it's one team missing what the other has found.
Yep, and there's Days Cloud getting reminded. Ah, crud. No fire rod. But the desert fight for Days is going to be quick.
Really? Yeah, that's one nice thing. Really, it's just that you have a nice desert palace clear ahead of you. So this is something to do until one of them has to go to, I think, more so Mystic has to go over to the Skullwoods area, back to Skullwoods to find out where Ice Palace is at.
And Mystic is right next to there. TR Front is at the Fortune Teller, so no, we're going south. Maybe for a 4th sword.
That I think this is probably the 4th sword. I think this. Okay, there's nothing for keys. Okay, just want to make sure because the take any sword that's just that is in the Dark World, or in Village of Outcasts.
Is about to get to Red Mail.
Everyone finds the book off of the Lake Kali Island.
At this point, you don't want to find that.
No. With this situation being where it's just where everyone has where it's people finding the two teams finding what the other has missed.
Oh, you know what? Neither team has found back a skull 2. And that is a red 5/6.
That's true. Yeah, because we never. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think we've seen a bag of squads too. This is still a close. This is still a race. And actually, speaking of which, there it is.
There's Mystic. And back a skull as well. Mystic's going to find Ice Palace.
Okay, so Pretty One has found the bag of skullwoods too, so that's good. There's ether from the shovel. And Mystic will get the Desert Palace big. So I think at this point, Mystic will have to once Mystic finds Ice, he's gonna have to tell him, hey, you have to go to Pod now. It's the fire rods in the big key chest of Pod. That is where everything just all comes to a head.
Did you see what Mystic did? Mystic bomb jump across to the big chest of skull and immediately hookshot back south, so he had a double bomb jump.
Right, I actually did. I did see that. I was like, oh, I didn't call it out because it's just a minor
Poor guy, poor guy. But Mystic, no. Oh wait, that's fine. But Mystic is about to, like you said, tell Daze Cloud, go get that fire rod.
Right, because you're finding Ice Palace, and if and then eventually you're gonna have to find the Skullwoods back.
Okay, and there's the news for Daze Cloud. And as soon as Mystic starts clearing this dungeon, Daze Cloud will be going over there immediately.
Okay, so the Skullwoods, back of Skullwoods is at the Dark Shopping Mall, which is very out of the way.
It is, but logically is only just now doable with, ironically, the flippers from Ice Palace.
Right. But now that Mystic has found ice, this is now the time for Mystic Daze Cloud to head over to that pod area, because that since he does now see that that Ice Palace is a crystal, that's the sign that you have to head over there now.
And Flip Heel is giving us knowledge. We're gonna find out if Swamp is our last crystal or not.
Yep.
Okay, but let's see it this way. If this is a crystal, how soon do you go to Eastern where the GT Big Key is?
That's the thing. You still I don't believe, don't forget the Dracus knows where Eastern Palace is at.
And I guess in this sort of mode, you just, if somebody finds it, you just go into Eastern. I don't think there's reason why you wouldn't.
Right, and it said Tracker's pointing at this, and also, by the way, there's boots in upside Swamp.
Oh, nice
Joy.
boots.
Joy. They don't know where Eastern Palace is at, so that is really dependent. So if they find Eastern, then I think that at this point, don't forget to Tracker's has the lead. But if they by the time Leftovers Forever gets the information that Eastern, by the time it finds ice or finds swamp or whatever, then that might just be it, really. Like this is Leftovers lead.
Another evil shield. Gosh darn it.
That's our last shield too. So we are going up to fire shield max.
Okay, is the game going to give us an extra kick in the butt here and just put boots on left side swamp and is our pendant? Is that what we're about to find out?
If this is a pendant, oh, this might be this is an issue. Mystic has skipped the flippers. That might be a problem. This is dependent on if so if Flip Heel, of course they don't know this, but if Flip Heel finds out that this is a crystal, this I believe now just gives Don't Forget the Track as a significant advantage, even though they don't have the Eastern Palace knowledge.
That's true. They're going to bust out checks. They'll find Eastern.
It's
there's a pendant. Oh gosh. All right, Purdy, the abandoned ship. You're going here for boots. Oh, but they could be assuming boots could be locking Eastern at this point. Okay, this makes sense.
So for the sake, for Leftovers Forever, they did at least get bailed out, but that also means because of the fact that the back of Skull Woods is at the Dark Shopping Mall, they would have to do a splash deletion to get over there. Oh, I forgot I forgot to mention this too. Half Magic is at the Swamp Big Chest.
Okay, so I still kind of like Leftovers' position at this point. They have knowledge. They don't know about the ring go mode. So, Dazed or really Mystic can just go straight to Eastern, beat it, acknowledge that it's the last crystal, and be good. And then you just have Mystic climbing GT, beating that, or even just going to Eastern, beating that. The only thing they don't know is Skullwoods.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna mention. There's just one problem with it. They don't know where Skullwood's at, and don't forget that Tracka's does, and because of that, they would, in order for them to know, they would have to do a splash deletion to get to it.
No, because Dazed is getting everything in Ice Palace, and Mystic already has everything from Ice Palace. So Mystic, I think, has flippers.
Does he?
I think so.
I would have to look at a menu to verify that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Mystic's got flippers. Got a Mitz flippers because you're not in go mode at that point, so you're looting Ice Palace. You're not skipping anything.
Right. So yeah, Mystic doesn't have the flippers. That's right, because he doesn't skip it. But here comes flippers for Days Cloud, and that's where that's the bailout.
See, and this is good for them because after Dazed finishes Ice Palace, you can immediately start knocking out flippers checks.
Eastern.
And I'm sorry, yeah.
And
so
go ahead.
I was just gonna say there's really not a ton for them to do, and once they find out Eastern Palace is a crystal, then there's really not a whole lot left to do. So you're not gonna. I doubt you're gonna go to Swamp Palace or find it. I don't even know if they found it.
I don't think they found it.
Which has advantaged them. Boots is not going to leave you with a huge advantage at this point.
No. If anything, the boots are just something that's nice to have. That's really what it is.
They know Swamp will be dead as soon as Mystic finishes.
Right. And from there, and then from there, once Days Cloud goes over to the Dark Shopping Mall, that's it. This becomes Leftovers Forever's race to lose.
Yeah, I still like their position a little bit better than Don't Forget to Track Us. They do have boots, they can do quick checks, but they've also got mitts and more things that'll throw them off the path for what they need to go to in Eastern.
Oh, is he gonna try and... Oh, is Days Cloud gonna try and just play a little bit risky? Because he is in Oko mode, I believe.
Oh, I think he's got a fairy, I believe, still.
Okay, yeah, I just want to make sure, just he still had the fairy and just want to at least play a little bit more, play with some confidence at least. It's just still good to have the fairy in your back pocket.
See, now's kind of the point that if Leftovers wants to send Mystic up to clear GT while Days cleans up flipper checks, you can do that. Because you know now you know what your go mode is, which is Skullwood's entrance. So start busting out those dense checks. And what is super dense? Well, 3 immediate checks at Dark Shopping Mall.
Correct. Mystic's going to go ahead and activate the flute that he got from the Eastern Palace big chest. I guess the nice thing too is that with Days Cloud finding out that the Pyramid Fairy entrance is where the front of the Mountain Cave starting point is. That is a gateway to lead to the Dark Shopping Mall.
And Dazed is at a good point when you just go to the left, take a portal, and you are at Skullback.
Yeah, and this will be great for Leftovers because that all you need to do at this point is just a fake flipper to get to it. Yeah, so this is now full on advantage in the favor of Leftovers Forever.
I agree. They've got a dungeon advantage at this point, and so far, Don't Forget to Track Us doesn't have Eastern on their radar.
Mystic will be heading over to I think the back of desert because Mystic because Days Cloud knows where desert back's at. Yep,
and there's Gomon.
Yep, this is now Leftover Forever's race to lose.
So at this point, Mystic can go ahead and clear the rest of desert. Go take care of Skull, go climb GT, go mode it as well as you can with that boots. And meanwhile, Days Cloud just has this to finish up. Go to Eastern, clean that up, don't even bother looting. And just drop right down to the Ganon. And meanwhile, Don't Forget to Track Us, even if they found Eastern quickly, still have dungeons to clean up.
Correct. And that would be on Purdy 1's side, Hera along with the Eastern Palace clear, and then for Flip Heel that would have been Deserts and then the Eastern Palace clear. So yeah, at this point, this is just full on advantage in the favor of Leftovers Forever, as I mentioned. After Mystic clears out the Flameless, which is a simple fight as an end of itself, so this is not a big deal. Although Mystic will still have to climb GT. I don't think this is a problem, though, really.
Nah. And I think the overall difference in this race is Don't Forget to Track Us decision to go into Hera and get that hook shot and leave. And that not having that glove for so long threw them off of Eastern's path.
Oh, so Purdy 1. It looks like the Purdy 1 had just cleared out East Hera. So in this case, it's just Purdy 1 finding Eastern. That would be, but then even then, you still have to do a GT climb.
Yeah, GT climb plus clean up Eastern Palace once you find it. Even with boots, it's a tough one right now for Don't Forget to Track Us.
Right. The boots the boots that they got from Left Side Swamp is just that's just it won't add any significant advantage. You mentioned that before. It's nice to have the boots for speed, but just the sheer fact that Days Cloud and Mystic had found Eastern, and here's Purdy 1 finding Eastern right now, but it might just be it might be a little too late. Oh, Mystic's gonna go and do just a splash solution. Not quite it.
Wait, Mystic didn't pick up the flippers?
No, because Mystic skipped it.
Oh.
You could fake flipper to it. That's an option.
Wow. Okay, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, because Mystic did not go to Ice Tea room.
Well, at this point, the easiest thing to do is just go to North Dark World and take that, take Flipper, however you want to, and just the safest way is just to take that portal from near Dark Potion Shop, just like Mystic did.
Yeah, Days Cloud did.
Or Days Cloud did.
Yeah, and I think that's what Mystic's heading into now. Although taking the 5 portal is a little slow because you know that's the mountain cave starting points leads to the Pyramid Fairy, and that's your closest one.
Of note, Don't Forget to Track Us just got into go mode.
Yes, because of the Eastern Palace thing. They still have to do an Eastern. They still have to do a Eastern thing. Is Mystic going to? Mystic's going to
Kern jump.
Okay, that's fine. perfect fine. It's like it's a safe bet to do a fake. If
Our first try, good job.
All right, that's good. So now you're just gonna get over
Don't
to
get
that
hit.
portal, and there you go. And just don't get hit. Yeah, because you will be stuck if you do so.
Oh, okay, he's safe. He's safe.
That was a little too close for comfort there. All right, Days Cloud's gonna drop him into Ganon now.
Mystic is about, what, 7 minutes out, 8 minutes out, maybe? You gotta clear this, go to GT, climb, maybe 9 minutes.
Yes. Now, it's still leftovers forever's race here. I told Race to lose, just because they still have to climb. They still gotta climb GT.
Right. Leftovers Forever can win right now based on average time. Even if Mystic finishes a little bit after the other two, that's probably fine. Did Pretty Wong finish Hero yet? Doesn't look like it.
That was said to be that Pretty One did finish Hero.
Oh, got you.
And there's the information that that Days Cloud doesn't that I guess here Days Cloud didn't want to get silvers here, so because I think he's more comfortable just doing just spins, even if it is a little faster. He is running a little bit low on magic, but he does have a blue potion in reserve, so this shouldn't be a big deal.
Yeah, the amount of time it would have taken Days to get 2 silvers and get that would have far surpassed the amount of time it's taken for serverless.
Right. It's gonna go ahead and gonna use that that blue potion now. In position for triples here, but that doesn't. But even then, that's that Ganon would have died from here. But so that's GG's in the chat for Days Cloud,
Or at the very least, a G.
or a G. Yeah, a G.
Either way. Okay, and Days Cloud finishes with a racetime.gg time of 1:45:57.
And Mystic is on the way to GT.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's looking pretty tight. I mean, looks like the other 3 could be finishing GT at a really close to the same time.
That definitely sounds like to be the case.
And it looks like Purdy does not want to. Oh, has no money, can't shoot. Oh, is forced to mimic clip right now.
Really? Because he does have a well. That's fair because he does have one. He only has like 1 shot in the bow. Because that's 16. At 16, and because and for obviously he doesn't want to use any. Doesn't want to shoot 50. A 50 arrow, a 50 rupee silver arrow at this time. He would rather want to just, take care of that first. Mystic is now on the gauntlet.
So Pretty Wong has the silvers, but no money to use it. Flipio has money to use silvers, but doesn't have them.
Right, and this whole situation, like, this is a interesting scenario for this. They're all like Mystic, Pretty One, and Flipio are all in GT, and they are and Flip Heel and Purdy One have the boots, while Mystic does not. And yeah, to answer a question, Chad, you in retro, there you have a silver, you have a rupee bow. It's 10 arrows to fire 10 rupees to fire a wooden arrow and 50 rupees for a silver. It works basically how it works, just like how it does in Zelda 1.
Except it's more than 1 rupee, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Okay, and Flip Heel showing Wenmo 2 who's boss. So we're probably going to see Flip Heel overtake Mystic here pretty darn quick. Just from Boots' advantage.
All right, Purdy One is about to. That was that Moldorm was not playing nice. I will say that from someone who has studied a little bit of Moldorm, and just know that that was just Moldorm being Moldorm. It wasn't the fault of of Purdy One.
And the map sleeps again forever. Thanks, Ben.
Joy. And just because, why not? Your Purdy One's gonna pull the Moldorm too. Just because. All right. Purdy One is up on Agate 2 now. Well, Mystic is about to enter Agate 2. Flip Heel is right behind Mystic. This is ridiculously close between these three.
Yeah, this looks like it'll be just an average time win if Mystic keeps it up.
Purdy One has knocked down Purdy One has knocked down Agate 2.
Nice triple.
All right, Purdy One will be the first one to drop into Ganon amongst these three, with Flip Heel and Mystic following in Purdy One's footsteps. This is just close. This is very, very close. Alright, phase 3 for Purdy Wong. As Mystic also, well, no wait, he still has another phase. Ooh.
I'll still got that berry in the back pocket, but it still costs you time to die, so...
It will cost you time in this situation, that's for sure.
Alright, but Mystic joining them in the final phase-ish of Ganon.
Getting Purdy One will get the torch glitch here. And yeah, right, because of the lack of the silvers, Purdy One will have to do these spins, and Flip Heel doesn't have the silver bow as well.
Mystic's got silvers.
Yeah, Mystic's got silvers. Right. Yeah. We were commenting about the arrow situation, or the rupee bow situation for Purdy Wong. Oh boy.
Okay, so Silver's coming back in where Mystic finishes up again to get your GGs in chat for Mystic as well.
And that also will be GG's for Leftovers Forever. And oh wow, Purdy One is just talked down Ganon too, and so does Flip Heel. Oh wow.
Wow, within seconds of each other, that's insane.
Yeah, what a finish.
Okay, so to get at these other times here, Mystic finishes in first place along with Days Cloud with a time of 1:53.34. And that leaves him with an average of what? About a 4-minute difference, so about 1:49-ish. And Purdy Wong finishes with a time of 1:53.43. Flip Heel 1:53.46, 3 seconds later.
Yeah, and with that, because of Dazed and Mystic finishing first and second respectively, that will give Mystic and Dazed Cloud the win.
Get your GGs in chat for both teams, everybody. Great show. Looks like we'll be getting here pretty soon. Sorry, Renderer, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say that what a incredible race that was on display here. That is one way to have a finish. That is one. If this is exactly what you want to see here.
No, it's great. Love it. Okay. And with that, everybody has joined us in the booth here. GG's, everybody.
GG's.
Yeah, GG's, guys.
GG's. What a finish.
I had to give people something, right?
Oh, it's great.
Yeah. And
how I let everybody catch up.
Yeah, it all just came down to that arrow situation, really.
Yeah.
And a little bit with Hera, where we had Leftovers Forever electing to go ahead and sequence break the crowd out of Hera, get the hook shot, and also Carapot and get that glove early.
Oh yeah, that felt so bad. I was like, Purity, you want to sequence break it? And he was like, no. I was like, whatever. And then I'm gonna blame it on.
I was already gone.
Yeah, that's fine. But I'm gonna blame this on like learning and practicing hovering this weekend. But for some reason, my brain was just like, why can I not Harapot? And yeah, so I was just like, I don't want to flounder around. And ever since that like mistake, I just felt like so lost. Like normally I'm like cool and collected when I'm co-oping, but I felt like I just like was off, and it just felt bad.
Yeah, it was between the two teams. You were going back and forth. It was just a constant back and forth. Like there was people. Like one team gets one important item, and then a little bit after that, the other team gets the item, and then the other team gets a really nice item or an entrance, and then it was the other team gets it, and so on and so on. It just was a constant back and forth, like that just didn't seem like it was gonna stop, and then it just really came down to like a couple of things, like not just the arrow situation, but also finding Eastern. Because Leftovers Forever had information about the Eastern for quite a while, up until don't forget the Trackers got that information pretty late on.
Yeah, I mean, Moon Pearl got us for forever.
Hey, Days, where was Cape?
The Cape was in Kakariko, and somehow I don't know how. I found I found that connector like probably within like the first 3-4 minutes. And I think Mystic found Cape in the first 3 or 4 minutes, and then he had said it, but like I just did not hear it.
Yeah, we didn't register neither of us registered the other half of that combo there.
So it's kind of like I was telling flipping PRD there that we had cleared every other connector in the game before all of a sudden, like, because it's like, oh, it's in desert, okay, let's go rush desert, and he rushes desert and tells me it's not desert. I'm like, wait, but we don't have the cape. He's like, I have the cape, and I go, how do you have the cape?
Yeah, I actually went through that early only because first trip trying to avoid Kakariko when PRD went, I was like, oh, hey, Hype Cave, I can't bomb this. Great. So once I got the cape, I just kind of went back there, did both of them.
It was a little bit entertaining. There was so much difference between Mystic finding the Moon Pearl and Dazed waiting so long to get the Moon Pearl that kind of forgot you didn't have it.
I mean, honestly, at that point when it was just like, okay, I can finish Meyer, like I was like, I'm in GT, like I was on my way. I was thinking I'm gonna go into the desert, and then I was like, nah, I'm just gonna. I had just gotten the GT Big Key out of Eastern on my way over there, so I'm going, okay. I was about to go back to desert because that was the connector, I thought, and then I was just like, well, I'm on my way. Why don't I sequence break right side of GT? So I sequence broke right side of GT, and then it was like, well, I've got everything I need to climb, and I know Ganon's behind it. I'm just gonna go ahead and climb now. So it was a super fun climb.
Yeah, he was very determined to do as much as he could without the pearl at that point.
Yeah. It wasn't gonna help my current situation at that point. It was just like I still got to go back. I'm like, all right, finish this stupid tower, and then I just mirrored over and eventually got the pearl. But even then, man, just so much walking.
Yeah,
God, so much walking.
So don't forget to track us happen to clear Swamp Palace, which kind of had the boots.
Yep.
Good times.
Yep.
And that's
glad that Boots didn't lock Skullwoods. That's all I can say.
That's true. We were like at one point fairly late. We were like, well, they're either in Eastern Big or Flippers from Go Mode. And then don't forget to track us clear Swamp. And we're like, oh gosh, they have not found Eastern yet.
We were. Daze told me to skip Ice-T chest. He's like, I'll do it. Just keep going. You've already got the mids. Just keep going and go find other things. And he opens up Ice-T room and he goes, it's the Flippers. I'm like, all right, I'm going to Eastern and pray.
Yeah. If that had been a pendant, it would have just been like the most like soul crushing moment, honestly. But luckily it was a crystal, so we got bailed out there hard.
Yeah. It was a very suspenseful moment for us. It was a fun race.
Yeah, I had a good time.
Was the fleet in the climb?
It was on the Eastern Palace big chest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say though that was just an incredible race between both of you. It was just again a very, very close race.
Yeah, I mean,
Fire Rod a lot earlier than us too, because I felt like we were super late to that.
We got it pretty late. Like we were searching for Flippers or Eastern Big when we found it.
Around the hour mark, yeah.
And don't forget to track us. You guys had it probably 10, 15 minutes before, I think.
Oh, before, okay, but I guess, yeah, it was only needed for ice, so to speak.
It was. And then they found Ice Palace locked behind Skullback. And we were like, okay, somebody's going to pod now. And then it's like, okay, well, the other person's going to be told to immediately go there too, so that works. But Fire Rod didn't look like it was needed for a while until that Skullback.
That's why I didn't go to get it for the longest time. And then when he found it in Skullback, it was just like, all right, fine.
Fine, I guess it's needed.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I'm gonna go get it now, I guess. And walk to the portal, go in the portal.
Darn Moon Pearl too.
Yeah.
Get the Moon Pearl.
Oh, well, I mean, if I could have gotten away with no Pearl, I would have done it. But that wasn't gonna happen this time.
Well, look on the bright side. Even though you had to do a lot of walking, at least you had an easy way to get to the Dark Worlds.
That's true.
We had to take so many connectors because we didn't have a glove forever. Oh, it was so painful.
Well, boys, I got to get going. I got to go pick up my daughter from school. So we'll see you tomorrow. We'll do this whole thing again, eh?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Definitely.
All right.
Have a good night.
Thanks.
Thank you. GG's again.
GG's, guys.
Thanks to all you guys there, the Restream connect and trackers there. Thanks for putting this all on. And I'm out of here. Later.
And I just want to say I tried my best to pass PRD, even though he was ahead of me at the end. I made it close, but maybe next some other time.
Next seat. You got this. It's a co-op, but at the same time, it's a race.
Yep. Oh, man. So I think that's just gonna do it, honestly.
Yeah, it's late.
Yeah.
Have a good night, guys. Thanks for the restream and everything. Thanks for casting and tracking and everything.
Yep. Thanks for all that. It's always fun.
No problem.
Thanks for racing. Y'all did fantastic.
GG's again, boys.
Yeah. All right. So that was a fun race. It ended up being very, very close to the end, and I really, really liked that. It was a good way to get myself ready before the birthday, which over here in Eastern time it's already around midnight, and it's my birthday now. So yay!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Render.
I am now 24. So yeah.
Hayes couldn't even say happy birthday before he left.
Rude.
I mean, if you want to, but I don't really expect it. But
as everything goes silent.
all right, we gotta wrap this up somehow. So, if you like what you saw, give both the Flipto's Forever's Team Flipto's Forever, and don't forget to check us and follow. That'd be Days Club, Mystic, Flip Heel, and Purdy One. They put on an excellent performance for you all, and the two trackers that you want to give it. If you want to follow is our Lady Lorinda and Furious Prince 97. They put out they managed to do a good job of the tracking. And of course, I'm Professor Render, and I was joined with Lana Bean. But give us both follow as well. And yeah, I don't have anything else to say. If you wanted to take us out, Lana Bean, go ahead and do so.
Sounds like a plan. I'll make this pretty quick. Just going over a couple things tomorrow. First, happy birthday, Render. Second off, tomorrow, 8:40 p.m. Eastern, 5:40 p.m. Pacific, we have Leftovers Forever. And don't forget to track us. Days Cloud and Flip Heel versus Mystic and Iker. That'll be fantastic. No channel assigned here yet. 9:40 p.m. Eastern, 6:40 p.m. Pacific, we have Validation Chest Boots against the Bomb Squad. Hexadus for Orange versus Orange, or Hexus and Orange versus Cal and F Goblin. That's all I'm going to go over there. There's so many on the schedule. Follow SpeedGaming through SpeedGaming 6. Follow everybody involved. They're all doing a great job. Render, happy birthday once again, my friend.
Thank you very much.
Everybody have a fantastic night. Be safe out there. Happy November. Y'all take care. Have a good one.
All right, you too. And take it easy.